talk about India. Green Sanvi, which is another ship carrying the LPG supplies, has now crossed the Strait of Hormuz and is now en route India. India seems to be securing its energy needs, where this LPG ship has now crossed the Strait of Hormuz safely and is now heading towards the Indian shores. The supply line that still holds amid war tensions and the energy flows that continues via the Strait of Hormuz. However, there are more than 10 ships that are still said to be reportedly stranded at sea in the Persian Gulf. But this is, if we count till the total number of ships that have safely made their way across the Strait of Hormuz, this is the 7th one. The 7th India-flagged LPG tanker, Green Sanvi, has now crossed the Strait of Hormuz. So far, 6 vessels carrying LPG have reached Indian ports after crossing the strait since the war broke out. Srinjoy, this is another development, and that too a positive one, that is actually, when it comes to the positive results that are being yielded because of the diplomatic channel talks that continue to remain open between India and Iran.
Yes, first of all, India has good relations with the Americans, with the Israelis, with the Iranians, long civilizational ties with Iran. Besides, diplomacy has been quite deft. Clearly, this is a way of ensuring that India's fuel requirements, India's fuel needs, all come through the Persian Gulf, through the Strait of Hormuz. That's an important point. This is the 7th, as you rightly said. Many more remain to come, and for this area to normalize will take a long time. So as a result, every ship that comes in through the Strait of Hormuz will be important for India. Of course, India is looking elsewhere for fuel, whether it's LNG, whether it's crude oil from Canada, for instance, other places. All of that is there, but at least for now, in the short term, in the medium term, the Strait of Hormuz is important. Yes. And the fact that this one has come through is actually very helpful.
Absolutely, because, when it comes to fulfilling India's security, energy needs is something that the Prime Minister has reiterated remains on the top. And we're looking at this tanker also expected to reach the Indian shores. Now, let's talk about exactly what has been the situation before and after the war. Now, before the war, through this narrow strip, the Strait of Hormuz, nearly 138 ships daily on an average used to pass the strait. What is the situation now? Well, the ships and tankers from multiple countries remain stranded in the Persian Gulf, including that of India as well. And during the war, daily average of only 5 to 6 vessels, and that too specifically which Iran considers to be friends of Iran, is something that are now getting a clear passage, which also includes India. Before the war, it was the busiest global oil route. 20% of the global supply chain passes through this very narrow route. However, 150 vessels transited post 1st of March itself. And mainly, this seems to be the result where direct talks are now happening with the Iranian authorities for a clearance of their rear ships, because none of them are willing to take that risk. Before the war, heavy tanker movement, that also happened almost on a daily basis. However, now during 15 plus commercial vessels have come under attack, and we have seen those dramatic pictures that have come in from the Strait of Hormuz, where there is literally congestion and a traffic where, when it comes to tankers there that have been stranded at sea for weeks from now. We are not looking at this situation where Iran still continues to exude its dominance. Let's in the meantime talk about the India angle here.